Welcome to the Friday Refresher, a weekly dose of encouragement from the Orange Street Church of Christ. We hope and pray that as you watch this video, you'll be edified and built up in the faith. Now, for this week's video.
Well, good afternoon. I hope that all is doing well. And so I've been tasked with the opportunity to share some encouraging words. So I hope by the end of this lesson that will be the case for you. With that being said, have you ever felt that, while you're working in the kingdom, that you feel like the things that you do aren't good enough? Have you ever felt like, do I make a difference? I do too sometimes. So, with that in mind, I wanted you to think about something really totally you would probably never think about, and that's cardboard. I know, here Erwin goes. But the thing is when we think about cardboard, I want three things for you to meditate on. And one of those things are humility. The other one will be faithfulness. And the third thing will be strength. And the reason why I say these things is because I can see all of these things in cardboard, and I can see all of these things in us. When we talk about humility, and you look at cardboard, just a fun fact. Publix, the most sold item that they have is bananas. And guess what? Bananas are housed in cardboard. Now, when you think about bananas, cardboard may never come into play, but they are an essential part in the transportation of bananas. A lot of the things that we do that pertain to the pantry, we use cardboard. So when you think about cardboard, humility comes to mind because it never says, hey, I'm cardboard, look at me. It's always taking the back seat. And it's doing something that benefits everyone. The second thing I want you to think about is faithfulness. Faithfulness. When it comes to cardboard, I was delivering a load back to the building for our pantry. And on this particular day, the cardboard that was at the bottom of the pallet collapsed, and it fell over. But until I was able to see the cardboard fall, I thought about all the times that it didn't fall. You ever felt like that? Like all of the things that you try to do in life and you work diligently at those things and you do those things successfully, but you never hear about the planes that land successfully. You only hear about the ones that crash. Cardboard is faithful. And some of us are as well. A lot of us. I would say all of us. But there are some days that we may fall. But that's okay. The third thing is strength. The cardboard that fell was under a lot of stress. Turns out that when I looked at it, I noticed that, it was just a few peppers or some items that it wasn't full. And because it wasn't full, it collapsed under that weight. Now, I would venture to say that if that cardboard was full, that it may be able to have sustained the weight that was on it. And so, with those things being said, think about this. As Christians, when we're full, we can take on more weight than we believe that we can. I'd like to read from you the beginning of a passage of scriptures that made me think about this lesson. And then the lesson shortly will be yours. And it's in Romans, or rather 1 Corinthians chapter 12. And I'm going to read verses 12, 13, and 14. It says, For as the body is one and hath many members, but all the members of that one body being many are one body, so also is Christ. For by one Spirit we are all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, whether slaves or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. For in fact, the body is not one member, but many. I love that passage of scriptures because in that, as you read, you will find that all the members are different. There's the eyes, there's the foot, there's the ear. And some of those members of that body may feel like we may at some times, that we don't have value. But as you read down through this passage of scriptures, you'll see that the contrary is true. We have a great deal of value. Even if we're not in the front or we're working behind the scenes, the Bible teaches us that we have an enormous amount of value. So what I want you to do is, as you go throughout this day, look at cardboard a little differently. And if you can't look at cardboard a little differently, look at yourselves a little differently. Just because we're not being seen in the front of many, God knows our value. And He looks at us in a way much higher than we see ourselves. Humility is important. Faithfulness is important. Strength is important. And our strength is within the Lord. Hopefully, this message has brought you some encouragement. And as we go forward, let us be the cardboards in the kingdom of Christ. Thank you for your attention.